Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new video here on the new Byte. My name is Hau5test, and today we're gonna talk about Tony Hawk's Skate Jam, the mobile game, which I already had done a video about, which was just first touch points with it, but now I played a little bit more about it and I want to share my general feelings about it. With me today is also Emily from the new Byte. Thank you for joining me.
Hello all.
How are you doing?
I am good, thank you. How are you, Hau5test?
I'm good as well. Let's start talk about the game. I'm just gonna quickly start it up. And as you can see right now on screen, this is what you see. Tony Hawk's Skate Jam with the most famous Tony Hawk skater right next to it. And this is what you get. The main menu of the game. I personally think it's a quite good game. It has a very interesting soundtrack. And you play as this character, which you can set up at the initially start. There's even a shop where you have like outfits for it for different styles. And it already starts with you needing to pay 100 gold coins for it. But before we talk about microtransactions and currency with it, I just want to jump in and play a bit with it. So how about I do the very first level, which you can see right now. I already said it in the hands-on video. It's actually not that bad looking for a mobile game, isn't it?
It looks quite interesting. It kind of reminds me of probably one of the first Sims 3 app games that I've ever played.
Oh, there's one game that we should definitely talk about as well, the Sims mobile game. Yeah, today it's about actually playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skate Mobile, basically. Skate Jam is just like a long time because Activision apparently just lost the rights to it after having done Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, which was just a colossal, horrible game. It was terrible. And this is basically what come out of it afterwards. So Tony Hawk is still into games, we can see clearly. And his initial thoughts were actually like, oh yeah, mobile games are the future because I'm playing it sometimes on the phone and my kids playing it. And everyone else was thinking like, oh no, this is horrible. Why is he doing a mobile game instead of like console games? But looking back, like console games partially are over, I think, for him at least. And to be fair, we would hopefully see other sports games following up. There's an indie game, I think, on Steam on PC where you can play this, but for what it's worth it, that is what we get right now.
What do you think of the gameplay? Do you think it's actually quite the simulation is actually quite good, especially for a mobile game? It's probably one of the best that I've ever come across. I think
it's not that bad actually. As you can see right now, we're playing in free play mode, so this is why I have endless time and stuff. And if we go quickly into the menu, this so here's the trick list. Basically how it works, you have in the right corner one big button where you have the jump, the so-called ollie, and on the left side you have the stick where you control the direction your character is moving in. But if one of the three buttons is also on the right side, you can do different tricks. So it's the grinds, the flips, and the grabs. And depending on which direction you point the cursor, you can do different tricks, which you can see right here. It's fairly limited. There's not like special moves that we have, for example, in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series, because these demand much quicker input of tricks. So just having a direction, pressing the specific button and then going on is, I think, good enough for me. It works for mobile games. Like, it's not bad. After I got used to it, I can do different tricks. There's sometimes challenges when you say, do the specific one. And it's very forgivingly, like, if you don't land very straight away, like, perfectly aligned, you don't like fall down all the time. You just basically jump and push the two buttons that you want to do and you do a trick. And which is what's really interesting is talking about the level design a bit later on, but the way how you progress forward is, of course, you do tricks and check them off like your checklist, sort of challenges wise. Some of them are requiring you to do lots of points. And there's a certain thing about how you grind in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, because as you can see, if you jump on a ledge, there's a balance meter, and if you like fall over the side, you just fall down. You don't fully crash like you used to in the console games. But if you go in this specific area when you have like very long grind time, so if you jump up and press grind all the time, it always reverts back to the standard version. So if you have a very long rail, you can just endlessly go on and grind. And if you combine that with some tricks in the meantime, you gather lots of points for tricks in the meantime. You can balance it out. It's not that hard. Still manageable. As you can see, I just did like a 30,000 point grind. And you could almost say it's easier, but always remind yourself, this is a mobile game, which you can download for free. And we're going to talk about microtransactions in a second, but it's not that bad, actually. From the first impressions I had, oh, this is bad. It's not that bad. You just need to look up one or two things. And the tutorial basically, as you could see in the previous video we've done about this game, only shows like the 4 basics. There's a grind, there's a flip, and there's a grab. And that's it. And you have to learn the rest yourself. But after some time, you just really get to know it. So let me just end the session. And this is where it starts to be annoying.
So how is it annoying? I actually noticed that there's a currency system on there. Is there more microtransactions or ad-based game?
Yeah. So there's advertisement on it. My phone currently says connected to game server, so it cannot actually download the ad, which is, I mean, good for us, so we don't want to show ads. But like, every time after you finish a level, after your 2-minute runtime that you usually have, there's an advertisement first, which is like forced on you. You have to sit through it for like 30 seconds and then you click it away. And then on the end screen, there's actually a second thing which is coming up. I'll just go quickly and play a regular thing. If you jump to the end of the thing.
So actually in this game, because it's based on Tony Hawk, can you actually play as him in the actual game?
You can actually. And if
really?
Yes, and now that we see on the right hand, there's the Hawk meter that's filling up. I press it, and for a very limited time, I can play as the Birdman himself.
That is so cool.
He has a little bit better stats, and once the time is up, I'm myself again. It's like, that's that.
I think it's actually good that you can actually play as him because
whenever, like
whenever, because you actually have like good skills. I mean, you're progressing throughout the game yourself, I am guessing.
Yeah.
But it's actually, I feel like it's actually quite nice to have his type of skills, so you can actually know like what to look forward to and what you can progress to. Because
besides the novelty of playing as Tony Hawk, literally the only thing that's different from what you already do with your own character is you're a bit better. So you can have easier balance, you don't fall over that quickly, you're a little bit faster, you spin a little bit further, so you can do like 180s and 270s and stuff like that. And that's basically it as Tony Hawk. Right, so the time's up. Now we can see like this is the proper end screen when everything is done. Usually there's actually an advertisement playing, and you can either collect the rewards that you have, your experience points, I don't know, you do like skate points, which is like an infamy rank thing. You have in-game money, and you have like a premium currency, which is these gold coins. And you can actually double that by watching another video ad, which I don't do it right now. And that's basically, which is like, what I really respect is the option, hey, if you want to have double amount of it, just watch an ad for 30 seconds. And that way the developers can earn a little bit of money. And that's why I think, okay, this is fine, I do that. But they're literally also forcing ads on you, which is another thing where I think, I guess they have to do it, because else a free version is not just feasible for them to do. And what I would just really would love to do is actually here, where I go into the menu and say, I don't know, unlock advertisement-free versions of the game. So I pay like, I don't know, €5 once, and then I'm having an ad-free experience. But as it stands, as you could see with the end screen, you are literally always able to opt into ads, so they can't take it away fully. So the game is just basically set up to be free to play with advertisements always coming in. So if your child is playing this game, always have in mind they could see advertisements and click things, which would take them to other pages. Which I think is sad. Like if you would do a premium version of that where you pay just once, but then you can give the phone to your kid and have a play that game, because it's quite good actually. It's a shame that there's something like that in there.
Exactly, yeah. So just looking at the gameplay, I'm just wondering, what does Skate Jam really mean?
Alright, so there's 2 game modes basically in the game. You have a career down here where you have like different sets of maps, 1, 2, 3, and at the end of it there's a tournament. And if you play a tournament, you just have 60 seconds time. You do as many tricks as you can to gather an overall score. And the best 2 out of 3 runs are your final score, which will then settle which amount of placements you get. And as you can see, first, for example, gets like $650 in dollars and 3 gold coins and stuff like that. So you can earn the premium currency. As you can see, I'm close to 84, so I can unlock a second style for my player for free because I haven't paid for it. And the second thing actually is this Skate Jam. And this is where it actually comes in that this game always needs an online requirement, apparently, because it is always connected to a leaderboard and stuff like that, not only for advertisements reasons, but I guess that's also an important part. So just as a side note, you can't play this game offline. If you're on a train, you don't have connection, or if you're like myself, I was on a plane actually wanting to play this game on a flight, which was going on for 3 hours. I couldn't play it. That was really frustrating because when I was in airplane mode, it just says, "Oh, please connect to an online activity," and then we can continue. It's like,
yeah,
very disappointing. It's good that we actually have another game that we talked about previously, which is called Mini Metro, and Emily played it, and you should definitely check it out because this one, at least you can play completely offline, especially if you're on the metro or a tube or somewhere downstairs.
Yeah.
Right, so Skate Jam. This is what it is. Basically, it's like a week-long tournament where you just sit down, play different kinds of maps where you can opt in with your own in-game currency money, and you can win a big prize pool. As you can see, there are 3 different types. There's the one for 750 in-game money, 1,500 in-game money, or the 15 gold coins, which is the premium money you earn only very hardly, or you actually have to buy. Quick side note, this is what you can pay for it. Of course, there's the 110 euros option. It's like
110.
110.
Oh my gosh.
And you can even buy like different packs. As you can see here, there are different packs where you can like pay 22 euros right away to get a few boosters, in-game money, and a skateboard, which you definitely don't need to. You don't need that. Trust me.
What do you think of these microtransactions? Do you think they're feasible? Would you buy one if you were that into the game?
I would definitely not pay for them because the cool thing is, just taking this to the side now. So we're coming back to the skate gym in just a second, but you can actually change your character thing. I think I go here to gear. So this is the character change menu. You have different skateboards here, which you can change around. So from the ones you bought, there are different starts. There are 3 different styles of skateboards, which inherently have their own challenges and are sort of like category limitations. And on the right side, you have your character, and every time you have a level up based on the experience point system, you get 3 of these screws that you can just insert to boost your stats. So the board and your character stats together make what you are as a skater, which makes sense. You know, good gear also means that you have more chances. And here in the board shop, you can also go on and pay different kinds of monies for different kind of boards, which have the up and down sides. And as you could see, the starter kits have boards where like every stat of them is 25. So the all-around version, you pay 22 euros once, and you probably never have to think about stats and boards again. But I'd say don't do that, because one, there's like premium currency boards that you can buy directly, and you can unlock them very early on. So I just played like 1-2 hours of the game maybe. And as you can see, I have 48 coins. I could buy off one of these premium coin boards, or there's also ones where you can buy with in-game money, which you can earn just very fast. Just play for the game, do the challenges that are in the levels, or just join some.
You're right.
Or just join some jams. It's a tongue full. Anyway,
That is such a tongue twister.
As you can see now, here's a board for 18,000 money, and you can buy that directly as well from the gold coins, which you can buy again for premium coins, but you really don't need to, because I already had like over 16,000 easily, and then I used it to buy one of the cheaper boards, so you don't really need to buy any of it. So let's just go in, qualify ourselves, and basically what it is, again, it's like an online tournament, and as a changes here, you can activate boosts for gold coins, which would help you out, but you definitely don't need it, because as I explained before, if you do tricks, there's always your balancing resetting. So I just do one trick on the side. Oh, let's find another way. Oh no! So I'm just wasting time basically. But the thing is, they have actually characters and ghosts here riding along with you, and everyone has just 60 seconds of time. And I'm guessing these are like ghost recordings of other contestants in the tournament.
So they're actual real people?
I would expect that to be real people, yes.
Okay.
As you can see right now, I'm just doing 200,000 points, like massive amounts, just in very few seconds. You don't need a booster for that. And you can even, also in the tournament, you can activate Tony Hawk here again. As you can see, this board's even on fire. It's like really dope. And you can see, yeah, I'm already having over 300,000 points.
Gosh.
Yeah. So it's not that difficult to get a lot of points. As we've seen in just a few seconds, you don't need that much to be number one. So So I have like 340,000 in 60 seconds, and I was playing bad, as you see. And as you see in the leaderboard, I'm actually number one by like a large margin. Like over 120,000 points. I'm ahead of everyone else. So you see, just the qualification doesn't take much. And with that, I will have an entry in this gate jam actually. And once the timer runs out, I automatically get placed somewhere on the tournament lines. So if you just join a lot of them, you get enough points that you can get #1 spot on the weekly skate jam list very easily. And the reward for that is lots of in-game money and stuff. So you can buy more boards, more outfits, and even different characters.
So overall, would you say that this game is fun?
I'd say it's a lot of fun, and especially because it's free, you should definitely try it out. It's not that big. It looks quite good, at least on my iPhone 7.
Yeah.
And after a few minutes of adjustment time, you actually get the hang of it and know how to control the game.
Yeah.
It's a bit different from the console games, but I think this is not bad because it's made for mobile. And it does actually work quite well after you get used to it.
Interesting.
And the one thing that's just annoying to me is the online connectivity thing, which is required. But yeah, I don't know. If you have halfway good connection, if you just want to sit down and play some skateboard jams, I don't know, if you're at home, I don't know, waiting for a meal to be done or something like that, or just have like 5 more minutes before you have to take the bus, then it's a perfectly fine game to waste some time with.
Exactly. It's good game for that.
Yeah, definitely. Would you play it, Emily, after what you saw so far, after my explanation?
I think I would definitely give it a go. I'll probably find it a little bit difficult at the start, as you said, for gameplay. It's a little bit hard at the beginning to get the grips, but I think I'd definitely give it a go when I have some free time and internet to waste. So yeah, after the gameplay today, I think I'd definitely give it a go. So yeah, would you recommend it for the general public out there?
Yeah, I would definitely say go out and try it out for yourselves. It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
Just if you give your kid the phone, just be reminded that there's advertisements coming up a lot. So they could click away to an App Store thing and download something there, which you might don't want to do. But I think if you take proper caution, certainly with iOS, you can prevent that anyway.
Yeah.
So just like watch after your child if you let it play. Other than that, it's lots of fun.
Okay.
There's no like in-game voice chat and stuff like that. It's just like good old playing on the mobile phone.
Yeah.
Though there is some ghost of our players. I think they're pre-recorded, so that's no problem to have for them. So it's a good time to have, actually. I was quite surprised after seeing it. Was thinking first, why is he doing it for mobile game? But after playing a little bit more on my so after playing a little bit, my bias against it actually went away, and I gotta say it's actually quite a good time. And if I have like, I'm at work, I need like 5 minutes time out, I go somewhere in the corner, just sit down, play the game a little bit, think, cool, and I did some small progress, and I can go back again and stuff like that. So it's a good game to distract yourself, get your mind off some stress, and I definitely would recommend it for that.
Interesting, definitely. Okay, well, thank you so much, Hau5test, for giving us your knowledge and gameplay of Tony Hawk's Skate Jam. I really enjoyed talking to you about this. Now, I think I'll definitely give it a go.
Cool.
So this was Hau5test.
This was Emily.
And thank you so much for watching our video today. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe at the new Byte.
Watch also our video about Mini Metro, which is also on the channel right now. It's another mobile game which Emily played, so we can hear her talk about the game.
It's absolutely amazing, so make sure you check it out.
Yeah, and that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon again. Bye-bye.
See ya!